My name's Alan Parkinson. I'm 72. I had colorectal cancer in 2010. And I had a successful operation, and we're going to tell you something about the recovery, what I had after my operation. This is my wife, who's Sister Parkinson. She helped me through the recovery, and fantastic. We did everything together, and I think that if you've got help, that's a big plus.
Well, because you wouldn't be able to eat immediately after, well, you can eat immediately after, but in the days after the operation, we had to take the preload just before the operation, which was a nutritional drink, so that you could, that it would help.
Which some people like and some people don't.
No, it was the Fortisip.
We
had Fortisip
sorry.
as well, which I know you weren't terribly fond of, but.
Right.
And then you had to do the bowel preparation on the night before you went in. I think. Yes, it was a drink that I had to make up for you. It was, and then you had to drink. It was quite a large amount. I think it was about 2 litres over a period of time, and then it kicked in, and then you couldn't eat something after. I think it was about 8 o'clock in the evening, something like that, or possibly earlier, just to make sure that the bowel was completely clear, because Alan was going into hospital first thing in the morning, so it was an early start the next day.
I think people are frightened of the hustle and bustle of people knocking about, but they're all going about their own job and trying to make things simple, and especially for the patient who's going to have an operation. And it does look a bit frightening, but it isn't. It's just people dashing about doing things and doing their own job.
Because they gave you an epidural.
They gave me an epidural.
And I think did you also have that anticoagulant? I think it is, isn't it? You had that.
Anticoagulant, and then they gave me this epidural, which was fantastic. I mean, people a bit frightened of it, but I don't think I was. I just had it done, and it was so good. You didn't feel a thing. It wasn't frightening at all. Anybody who's frightened of it, I mean, you're in their hands anyway. You're in the.
I think there's lots of checks and things that they do, and people are doing, checks on blood pressure and all the other checks that they have to run through. But that's just to make sure that you're absolutely ready to go down to theatre. And there's no, no unforeseens, I would imagine.
They look after you straight after your operation, and they'd like you to eat something. And well, I had a risotto. It was very nice, but I saw it later on in the afternoon. But yes, and I felt great after in there. And I was in there, and they looked after you, and they did all sorts of things.
Well, I think they're just doing lots of checks and monitoring
lots of checks
you.
on you and your blood pressure and various other things. It's not.
You woke up, you had a catheter, but you knew you'd have a catheter
I knew
after
I'd
the
have
operation.
a catheter because of the epidural that makes you not inconstant, but you don't know what you're doing.
Well, you can't control your bladder.
You can't control your bladder, so that's why you have catheter. And then I was in there a few hours, and then straight into the wall. Well, my bowel froze, and I was full of bile, which I had to have a tube up my nose and into my stomach to make sure that the bile was off my stomach, so I could get better.
Well, it stopped you feeling sick. Once that
had
gone,
once that was off my stomach, and my gut started working again, and it was okay. But, well, you get your circulation going by walking, and everything starts working when you start moving, really. And you don't really want to do anything. You just really want to lie there and feel sorry for yourself. But the best way to recovery is to get out of bed, either sitting or go for a walk twice a day. And it's very hard to do when you've just had an operation, but I've got the boss here and she did it. She said, come on, out of bed. The only thing I've got with problems with that was there was too many machines. I was 2 arms, one up here and one up there and one down my nose, and you've got two things and you're expected to go for a walk, and it's very difficult when the nurse says, right, get your downstairs bed and go for a walk. You think, well, how do I go for a walk?
Without help you can't.
So,
but I think most if visitors come in, and they,
yeah.
I mean, provided the staff are happy with it, there's nothing wrong with a visitor taking somebody a few steps up the corridor and back round again. I mean,
well, my wife made me do it
him.
anyway, so...
I did make him. The best part for me was to be told that once we were discharged we could have open access. That was amazing, because if I had any problems, either I could come back in and ask whoever, you know, can I do this, can Alan take that, or I mean, you actually had a bag for a while, which I know is not normal today, but help with that, help with pain, anything at all, and it was absolutely, that was the best part.
It's a great thing to know that you can come back in at any time. You don't have to check in and wait and come in any time.
Because that worries you. I mean, obviously you wouldn't want to call an ambulance out if you were worried in the middle of the night, and you can't contact your doctor because presumably all the notes are here. So to be able to come in at any time of the day or night and see somebody who knew all about Alan, what he'd been through and everything else, was first class. That was real help. We had a lot of support with the stoma, and they pretty much let me, you know, try different types, ask endless questions about what the different types of bags are, how to cut them, all of that stuff. Sue was brilliant with that, and like I said, it was endless questions. But I had her mobile and her phone, and she was on the end of the line, which was tremendous. That link.
That was quite instant. You rang up
and she would always phone me back.
Whether it was a mobile or whether it was the hospital phone, you could always get in touch, which is good. It's good to know that you can get in touch with people who look after you.
I mean, it's simple things like knowing that there are lots of different types of bags, and there are lots of ways that some people are, you know, better with some than others, and all the other paraphernalia that goes with it. There's so much of it that you can just, you know, they just give you whatever you want to make it right, you know. So we were able to sort out what was right for Alan in the end.